Hey 958 fans, one of the cool things about this 2011 S is that it's got the PTV Plus, the locking rear differential. So it handles better on-road, it's better off-road. It's great except for when this fault appears. So this got a fault differential lock error on the dash. And this is actually the second time this fault's appeared. So both times this was looked at, there are actually two different errors, but similar problem is causing them. So one of the errors was this 080E, which is a mechanical fault. And then the prior time that a fault appeared, it's talking again about a mechanical issue with the motor itself. So the PTV rear diffs, they are a limited slip differential. They have clutch packs that are actuated by a motor. So that's the little drive motor that hangs off the side, the driver's side of the differential itself. So looking through the left rear suspension area, we can see that motor on the differential. That is what we are going to need to replace, and that's the fault. So this differential was actually rebuilt with new clutch packs a while ago, but the same motor has been retained. So after 140, almost 145,000 miles, that's a pretty good run. So let's get that motor out of there. So to get the motor out, we need to access the back rear left region of the suspension. So we're gonna pull the wheel off here to get to that area so we can pull that motor out of there and put a new one in. At this time, the way to do this is if you don't want to lose any oil at all, we're going to tilt the car significantly to the right. So I was going to take this opportunity to rotate the tires as well, or at least measure them to see if they needed to be rotated. So that's why I'm pulling off the front tire, but normally that's not something you would need to do. So we're tilting this thing as much as we can to the right so that when we pull this motor out, we're not going to lose any oil at all. The motor itself has a cable harness with two plugs to it. So these are just the standard VW Audi type plugs. Sometimes they're really stiff and full of dirt, so they need to be popped this way instead of using the actual clip. So we're gonna undo first both electrical plugs. There's one of them off. Second one, this one we can pop the normal method just with a screwdriver leaning it backward. There we are. Both of the plugs are now off, and we'll unclip the harness, little cable guide here. So we're going to unclip that so that is now not holding on to the motor itself. And moving to the wheel well now, we're going to get off these 4 hex head screws. There's 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and they're not torqued all that much, so they're pretty easy to get out of there. So we'll undo all 4 of these screws, and then the motor itself can be withdrawn. So we've got 2 bottom ones off so far, 2 top ones coming out. And then from below, or just however you can, just reaching, grabbing it, and realizing that the wires and the plugs are going to come with it, we're going to withdraw, just pulling straight out, pull the motor straight out of the rear differential. There we go. We've withdrawn it. So the motor itself has the 2 cables connected to it, and it has a cable holder as well. And so it's a good idea to just kind of remember the orientation of it. These motors are interesting because they're very expensive. The Porsche part is $1,000. It's an electric motor, but it's also got 2 Hall sensors that gauge the speed of rotation as well as the location of the rotor itself. So that's how it's able to tell where it's at and how much it's spinning. So here's the design of it. You can see it's a brushed motor with its big armature right there, with a Hall sensor attached right there to the armature. And then there's a Hall sensor, a second Hall sensor that is in the nose cone of the motor itself. So it's not just a standard little tiny motor, it's got a little more action going on, which is why there's so many wires going into it. So there's the nose cone with the additional Hall sensor. So we're going to use a new part here. This is the original Porsche part, and it's just an easy swap to plug in. No coding, no nothing. Probably the hardest part is this part, is swapping this rusty old bracket over. So we've got to pop out one little cable clip and then walk out both of these plugs. Because of the corrosion, it does make it a little difficult to get these out. So we'll wobble these plugs out using just a wrench to grab onto the back. The backs of these plugs are pretty thick plastic, so that's where you want to grab. And then just sliding both of these plugs back into position, popping in the cable holder, and lining it up, and then it's ready to install. Now what's important is when you pull out the old motor, a lot of times the old O-ring is actually going to be stuck in the bore of the differential, and that's what happened in this case. Is the new motor comes with an O-ring on it, but the old motor there, it's actually left that O-ring in the periphery. So the old O-ring is sitting right there. You can see we didn't drip any oil out, which is pretty slick. And we're ready now to put this new motor in place. And so there's no special thing to it. There's no lining up of the motor itself. So we're just going to thread it into position, lining up the 4 screw holes so that we can put our 4 little hex head screws back into position. So it just seats in, seats flush, and onward to screwing all 4 of these guys in. Again, just it's important to remember the O-ring. Make sure the old one's out of there. So torquing this back into position. There we are. It is all set. Nice new motor. Now we just need to plug in the 2 electrical plugs and hook up the wiring harness holder, little cable guide. And so cable guide going in first. Here we go. We'll pop that in place. And then we have the 2 plugs to seat. Just make sure you hear it pop once you put each of those in place. And this repair is completed once you get the wheels back on. Thanks for watching another repair on the 958 Garage.